1 second.
As part of his yearly ritual to celebrate the birthday of Jesus Christ with children, Senator Abbah Moro, who represents Benue South Senatorial District in the 9th Assembly, has hosted over 1,000 children at his hometown, Uboklo, where he presented gifts and money to each one of them to mark this year's Christmas. Speaking with newsmen on why he chose to celebrate with children, he said it was done out of his love for them.
For me, I'm deeply in love with children, and I always think of ways of giving them happiness. And I believe that at the Yuletide, it is a time for us to show love and to make people happy, especially in the run-up to the end of the year. And so every 24th, I gather the children here, no matter where I am. It is introducing the children and everybody to Christmas. That is the essence of the yearly kind of ritual entertainment of children on Christmas Eve. At Christmas, people think of themselves, adults, old. Nobody thinks about the children. And so, for as long as I live and the children are there, we no longer invite them. They know that it's a matter of course. That every 24th from 2 o'clock, they gather. In fact, today they started coming by 11 a.m. And so, they are increasing in their numbers. We started with less than 500. But now we're having 800, 1,000 every 20.
Speaking on the rejected electoral bill by President Muhammad Buhari, Senator Abbah Moro posited that the electoral bill contained a lot of fantastic reforms that would deepen Nigerian democracy. But unfortunately, Mr. President used direct primary as a reason to throw away a baby with a bathwater.
I want to state here without any fear of contradiction that the electoral bill contains a lot of fantastic reforms that will deepen our democracy, aside from direct primary that I'm talking about. But let me state here that by my own conviction, Mr. President's excuse on direct primary as a reason for not assenting to the electoral bill as amended is just an excuse to throw away the baby with the bathwater. For instance, the electoral bill contains very significant elements in improving our electoral process, in injecting some level of transparency in our electoral process, in making the electoral process credible and the result legitimate. Particularly Section 53(1)(2)(3) all contain very fantastic elements that are in tandem with modern trends in democratic processes. It contains the introduction of technology to use the card reader as a means of accreditation. It provides in Section 53(2) for electronic voting. It provides for Section 53(3) for the direct electronic transmission of results. And if you have been a keen observer of Nigerian elections, you will agree with me that these three processes are very significant elements that will reduce corruption in our electoral process and the tendency towards ballot snatching, ballot stuffing. All these are elements that these provisions would have eliminated. Unfortunately, Mr. President used the excuse, very nebulous excuse, on direct primary to reject the electoral amendment bill. Let me say that even the direct primary that we're talking about here, the insistence of the National Assembly, especially the Senate, to insist on direct primary is anchored on our belief that if we must deepen our democracy, then we must give enough space for wider participation in the process of selecting candidates for our political parties. And direct primaries will inevitably allow all members of the political parties to have a voice in the choice of candidates that they present for elections. And so if you say because many more people will be participating, therefore it will cause confusion, even in the delegate system, in picking 3 delegates per ward, all members of political parties participate in picking the 3 delegates. So if there is no confusion in all members of political parties to pick 3 delegates, why would there be confusion for all the political parties through direct primary to pick only one candidate? So it doesn't make sense. It's not logical at all. It's not logical at all.
The Benue South senator alleged that those who have lost touch with their people or afraid of confronting the people were the ones against the direct primary.
And let me say that it is those who have lost touch with their people, who are afraid of confronting the people, who are afraid of accounting to the people, that are afraid of direct primary. Even the unamended version that they are talking about now provides for direct and indirect. And in 2019, and even in the Anambra election now, the APC adopted the direct primary. The president himself is a beneficiary of direct primary because in 2019, his selection was through direct primary. There was no confusion. In the Anambra election that was just concluded, whose results have been accepted widely now, it was through direct primary, but even by the APC. And so, given the excuse of confusion and insecurity or the inability of INEC even to monitor the elections, when we conduct indirect primaries and go by way of selecting 3 delegates, INEC would all over the place, in all the wards. And this amendment bill provides for the election to take place in all the wards. So if INEC will not be able to monitor direct primary in all the wards, how will INEC be able to monitor direct primary in selecting the 3 ad hoc delegates? And INEC has come out to say that they can, and that they have staff in all the local governments that are capable of observing and supervising these elections. So I think that we just have to have a rethink. If we love this country, then we must move in the direction of the modern world. In other climes, there will be no issue at all. And so I think that the political parties that are like, they talk about small political parties that will be incapable of conducting direct primary. If you are a political party and you can't conduct political primary, then you don't have a business being a political party. Because a party that is registered should be capable of conducting its affairs in tandem with the rest of the world. And so, well, it's a very unfortunate development, but I hope sincerely that my colleagues in the Senate and our friends in the House of Representatives will take the interest of Nigeria at heart, will take the interest of democracy at heart, and make sure that the right thing is done for the people. Otherwise, the people don't see the benefits of democracy in terms of provision of infrastructure. Poverty is staring them in the face. Everybody is dying every day of one malaise or the other. And then the common practice of being a being to participate in selection a person that is going to lead you is denied them. So how can Nigerians be victims of everything, especially the leadership of this country? I think it's not acceptable.
Senator Abbah Moro advised Nigerians to keep faith with the leadership of National Assembly, stressing that he stands with direct primary. Therefore, wisdom would prevail when they resume in January 2022, and they would do what Nigerians want. I am Augustus Oche Ifene, Delegate TV, Abuja.